The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
As Jesus continued his journey to Jerusalem, he traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 lepers met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voice, saying, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when he saw them, he said, "Go, show yourselves to the priests." As they were going, they were cleansed. And one of them, realizing he had been healed, returned, glorifying God in a loud voice, and he fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus said in reply, 10 were cleansed, were they not? Where are the other 9? Has none but this foreigner returned to give thanks to God? Then he said to him, "Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you." Brothers and sisters, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated.
My dear brothers and sisters, all of us experienced asking something from God. And we also have experienced receiving from God what we asked for, our answered prayers. But in our gospel reading today, Jesus is trying to teach us, to deepen our experience, to deepen our understanding of asking something from God in prayer, and also receiving that prayer from Him. In our gospel passage today, we hear about the experience of the 10 lepers who called out to Jesus asking for healing, the blessing of healing. And yes, they received what they asked for from Jesus. But Jesus also teaches us today that asking something from Him is not just about receiving what you have asked for, but answered prayers mean that Jesus is also stretching out His hands. He is trying to connect to you, to build a connection, to build a relationship with you, and to strengthen you in faith. Kapag sinasagot ho ng Diyos ang ating mga panalangin, hindi ibig sabihin ay ibinibigay lang niya kung ano ang hiningi natin. Hindi ho natatapos diyan ang sagot ng Diyos. Ang nais gawin ni Jesus, iabot ang kanyang kamay sa atin. Magkaroon tayo ng ugnayan sa Kanya at palakasin tayo sa pananampalataya. That is a blessing from God. It is not just about God giving you what you are asking in prayer. It is about God stretching out His hands to you, connecting to you, strengthening you in faith. Kaya nga ang paalala ni Jesus sa atin ngayong araw na ito, Kapag natanggap mo na ang biyayang hinihingi mo, huwag agad tumalikod kay Jesus. Baka mamiss mo, baka hindi mo matanggap ang iba pang nais niyang ibigay. When you have already received what you have asked for in prayer, do not turn around and leave Jesus. Like the one Samaritan leper in the gospel today, he returned to Jesus. He talked to Jesus. He thanked Jesus. And Jesus stretched out his hands to the leper, made him stand up, and told him, "Your faith has saved you." Jesus did not just answer his prayers. Jesus built a connection and a relationship with him. He strengthened him in faith. He stretched out his hands to him. When you receive an answered prayer, my dear brothers and sisters, relish that gift. Relish that blessing. Talk to Jesus. Thank him. Allow Jesus to stretch out his hands to you and to build a connection to you. That is a blessing. It is not just a one-time event that he has given you a gift. He is establishing his connection to you. That is why in our first reading today, we hear of the gift of leadership to kings, to magistrates, to people in authority. Sabi po sa unang pagbasa ngayon, kapag ikaw ay binigyan ng Diyos ng isang posisyon ng authority, halimbawa, ikaw ay isang pinuno sa isang bayan, pinuno sa inyong opisina, pinuno sa inyong grupo, ang sabi ng unang pagbasa natin, that is a gift. And that gift of leadership is given to you so that, according to our first reading, God can instruct you. Kapag ikaw pala ay isang pinuno, ang iyong leadership position ay biyaya ng Diyos. At yan ay isang paraan para makinig ka sa Kanya, tuturuan Kanya paanong mamuno. Pero kapag binigyan ka ng Diyos ng leadership position at tumalikod ka na kay Jesus, nako, hindi mo na natanggap ang biyaya ng Kanyang instruction. When you are given by God with a leadership position, He wants to connect with you. He is telling you something. I want you to be a leader, but I want you also to be a good leader. If you connect to me and if you allow me to instruct you. This is the gift of leadership that God has given to Pope Saint Leo the Great. He was given power in the church, but he never turned his back to Jesus. Leadership was a blessing for him so that God can build a connection with him so that God can instruct him. Mga minamahal na kapatid, tuwi pong magbibigay ang Diyos ng biyaya sa atin, wag po agad tayong tumalikod. Hayaan nating ang biyayang ito ay itago natin, pasalamatan natin ng Diyos, sapagkat ang biyaya na yan, diyan manggagaling ang ugnayan ng Diyos sa atin. at patitibayin niya tayo lalo sa pananampalataya at pananalig sa Kanya. For the past days, we have been blessing urns of cremated remains of our departed loved ones here in the Manila Cathedral. Marami po ang pumupunta dito at nagpapabless ng mga urn ng kanilang mga mahal sa buhay na pumanaw. Remember that when the urns are blessed, it is not just a blessing that happens on that moment. Remember that when urns are blessed, God is stretching out His hands to the family, strengthening you in this time of trial, of suffering, stretching out His hands to you, giving you faith, giving you companionship, giving you consolation. A blessing is not just about God answering your prayer. It is God establishing His connection with us, stretching out His hands to us. Sa misa pong ito, magpasalamat po tayo sa Diyos sapagkat hindi lamang niya tayo binabasbasan, kundi iniaabot niya ang kanyang kamay sa atin at nakikipag-ugnay sa bawat isa sa atin. Amen.